Hi guys, it's Kian. Today I'm showing you how I made some BJD jewelry with the colors gold and pearl, which you can see here. So it's mainly the choker and also the addition of the two earrings that Pepper has on right now. So this is a bunch of nail art bits that I got gifted from Teal. Who is the friend that I do a podcast with. I'll link the channel somewhere. So I thought I'll do something with this pearl and gold bits that I got. And so first the big pearl gold bits, I decided to use some blue tack to put this onto Pepper's ears. Unfortunately, the blue tack doesn't just stick on his ears, so I decided to put the blue tack on the back of the jewelry piece, the stud, and then after that it could stick to his ear, so just had to reposition it such that it looks nice. And yeah, I like this color combination because the pearl and gold reminded me of the new eyes that I got for him, and it's also kind of like wearing both silver and gold together, if that makes sense. So this is me trying to glue the other earring. Well, not glue, temporarily fix the other earring on his ear. And this is the first part. So the next part was to make a necklace for him with the rest of the smaller pearl bits. And I don't actually have that many materials that I can use with this flat back pearl bits, so I decided to use some ribbons because most of the chains that I have will not be able to be attached to these pearl bits. So this is kind of like a rough idea of the design that I wanted. And I start by measuring the length of the ribbon that I want. As you can see, my ribbon is kind of crinkly. So I decided to try and measure it in a way such that I don't have to go and iron the ribbon. I'll just cut it off before it gets crinkly, and luckily it's at a part where it won't be noticeable. So after I cut the ribbon bit out, I will attach these ending pieces to it. These are kind of like new ending pieces. I used to only have the bronze colored ones, but now I've ran out of those and I only have these silver colored ones, which are technically not the color scheme for today's jewelry, but with the way I make jewelry, I kind of just make do with what I have instead of like really going out to buy new stuff, unless it's something that I really want to make. So today we're using the silver bits, even though most of the necklace is like this pearl / gold color. But anyway, the silver won't be super obvious once the necklace is worn, because it should be at the back. So yeah. So now we'll attach the clasp and the chain so that this choker part can close. This part is pretty standard, I guess. And honestly, I think most of this video is really just me taking a really long time to close the circular jump rings. Because if you don't close them well, or if there's a small gap, sometimes the pieces will drop out, and I really hate that because it just messes up the rhythm when you're trying to dress a doll. So the next part was to attach this gold chain onto the choker, and I attached it on one side first because I need to measure the length of the chain while it's actually on the door to see how long of a chain I need. So I'm attaching one side first, and then I take out Pepper, and I roughly figure out how much chain I need, and I quickly cut it on the spot, which I didn't show you because I couldn't film and cut at the same time, but here it is. The chain has been trimmed, and now I just need to attach it to the other side of the choker. Usually when I'm doing this, I try to at least somewhat align the chain. So here you can see that I'm dangling the chain so that I can use gravity to sort of untwist the chain so that it's not like too twisted when I do attach it to the other side. And the reason why I'm using the cutters is mainly just because the golden colored jump rings are really tough, so I need another metal part to press against in order to force it apart. And now the main body of the necklace is done, we just have to attach some flat back pearl bits. So I start by laying out the pearls because I wanted to try out various designs. I wasn't sure whether like a regular space interval kind of pattern would be better, or whether kind of like a more random pattern would be better. So here I'm trying a more random pattern, and then I also thought, like, since the theme is pearl and gold, I would also take out some of the gold flat back pieces that I was also gifted and see whether adding those in would make this necklace a bit better. So here's me trying to add the gold. The gold here is a lot more yellow than the gold chain that I have. Yeah, and this is just me laying everything out so that I can decide whether I like it or I don't. And at some point, I was like, I think it looks better with just the pearls, and I think a regularly spaced pattern was nicer. So I'm gonna glue some stuff, and before that I use some tape so that I can put the glue on the tape, and after that I can just toss the whole thing away. You can also use some scrape paper, which I didn't have. I just had this like weird shaped tape left over from something. So this first glue that I tried is a Korean glue, which is also what I use to glue my doll shoes. But as you will see, it actually doesn't stick very well. And then after that I could actually peel off all the glue, so I decided to change to my Elmer's Glue All, which is just some regular white glue, and it's more watery, so it was easier to stick. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how well you can see it on the camera, but you can see a bit of the glue flooding the ribbon. And I'm not sure how well you can see as well, but I'm measuring the spacing of where to place these pearls by roughly aligning it to the lines behind. So the paper is actually like underneath this white piece of paper is actually lined paper. So I'm using those lines to guide me in placing this pearls. So one thing I do kind of regret is that I only placed 5 here. I think it would have been nicer if I just finished up the pearls all the way until the end of the choker, so that it will be more like a stud, like a studded choker, but with pearls instead of like metal studs. Yeah, because after that when I put it onto paper, which is here after the glue has dried, I thought that it looked a bit empty on the sides actually, but I was too lazy to add more pearls and wait for the glue to dry again, so I just went ahead and took photos, putting Pepper's head on, so you can see the earrings and the necklace together, and this is what it looks like in the end. So I think I really like the earrings with his eyes because of the color. The necklace I think by itself is okay. I think maybe this suit is just not the best color for it. Yeah, and like I said, I think the necklace could do better with more studs on the sides. But yeah, I guess 5 studs is fine. So here are the final pictures. Also, there is an announcement in the pinned comment below, so do check it out. I'm gonna take a break on this channel for a short while, just to catch up with my own stuff. And these are some bloopers. I decided to put the earrings on the side because I was complaining about how the sides are empty. Yeah, just some silly fun since it has blue tag on. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all when I'm back. Bye!